It's fun to technically say that we are the very first rock band to ever play Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, because we opened for Guns N' Roses there, and we were the first rock band. While like on the scoreboard it technically says Guns N' Roses, we technically played before them.
They know who played first.
So technically we are the first rock band. I know Garth Brooks played like the week before.
It was, yeah, Garth
We're the
Brooks.
first rock band to ever play the stadium in Las Vegas.
I'm gonna throw this to the whole band. What, except Garrett, you'll have to slip the drums for guitar. What was the first song you learned on guitar?
Smoke on the Water.
Louie Louie.
Nice.
Probably Nothing Else Matters. Just because it's open strings. Not the whole song.
I think when I was like 7, I learned kinda how to play You Really Got Me. But then it wasn't until I was 12 that I started looking at like guitar tabs and stuff and trying to teach myself things. So I guess You Really Got Me.
It was first song from front to back. I remember playing was Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that was the first song I ever.
Good choice. That's awesome.
When recording new music, what's your process? Which tracks do you lay down first? Drums, guitar?
Yeah, so for the Mammoth albums, because I play everything on the albums, usually I'll make like a demo or something, and then we bring it up to the studio, and you do all the drums, and then all the bass, and then all the guitar, sort of in that order, just to kind of, because it wouldn't make sense to do a song at a time, because you kind of have to be set up for drums, and to be set up for bass, and to be set up for guitar, so it just makes sense to kind of get all the tracks done with each instrument as you move forward.
Well, let's be honest, 5150 is not the largest studio, so you
So you kind of really need to
Fish it out.
specialize what you're doing that day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So there's a couple questions, but I'm gonna kind of meld them into two. And to the whole band, because we have, somebody else has asked this, other VIPs. Which one of your mom's recipes is your favorite or your favorite cookbook?
Yeah, the two women want to know.
The corn salad, the turkey chili before we went on.
Yeah, before we went on tour, it was that turkey chili she made. That's a favorite.
Stupid good. I ate so
Yeah.
much of it.
That's a favorite, I think. And then, yeah.
I got a good answer that I didn't remember the first time, which one of my favorite moments ever, I think just in touring history, was back when we were still pretty locked down. We had to take a bus all the way from LA to Florida to do Jimmy Kimmel. So just to like record at a studio that was safe at the time, right? And on the way back, right, that was the time, or was it no, sorry, it was the second time. We were just driving back at the end of that tour, I think, like the Guns N' Roses tour, disregard. So Valerie was on the bus, and we made a joke of like, hey, I want to get a bunch of truck stop stuff and try to make like charcuterie out of it. And so she was like, oh, I'm still super down to do it. So we got a bunch of just essentially garbage food, and she made it look so great. And somehow we created truck stop charcuterie. It's great.
It's a good band name.
Yeah, it is. It was so good. I got the photos and everything.
I'm gonna throw this to the whole band. I know Wolf, you mentioned it, or it's semi the same question, but what is your favorite venue so far? That's all the question. Who asked that? What's your favorite venue so far? It was me. Okay, so is that on tour or forever? Forever. Okay.
Well, I guess on top of the Hollywood Bowl back in the day, playing the Tokyo Dome in Japan was really, really cool. That was really special. But thinking about like maybe this tour, well, it's funny, some of the best shows that like, at least in Europe that we've had has been in like small, sweaty clubs. Like there was this club in
Hamburg.
it
Frankfurt or Hamburg?
No, it was in Cologne. It was like a 500 seat club, and it was like 110 degrees inside, and everybody was just rocking the fuck out, and it was just a really special show.
Very sweaty.
So I did John, your favorite venue so far?
Just
Yeah,
right
it could be
now.
with anybody. I mean, it could be with Two and May.
No, I think the one that like was a cool vibe that it seemed very rare was the what was the one in Barcelona where everybody's feet were
Razzmatazz.
Razzmatazz.
Oh yeah,
That was the shit.
It was, and it's, the funny thing is like the fun shows sometimes, like you were saying, like it can be kind of disarming when you walk in and it's like this isn't what I'm used to. And, like you don't know what to eat, you know. It's maybe not like maybe you're tired and then you get there and it's just like a party. And I think Razzmatazz is probably it for me.
What was the venue that was on top of the hill in the castle?
Graz.
Graz.
That venue was
I
really
guarantee anybody out of the crew will say it's the worst one.
good. Probably.
But
Usually
that's
it's
the funny
the case.
thing, like that day was horrible. Our bus broke down. We didn't have AC on our bus or in the building. But then that show somehow managed to be amazing.
It was in an
I
old
felt
prison.
nice.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, what an experience. That was just chaos. But you're right, like somehow that was the shining star moment of the whole entire experience. Like, all right, at least we're playing this former jail, I believe, and then it turned into just crazy. That's a really hard question. I try one time in Portugal we played a bull ring, and that was really crazy. And because that's really frowned upon now, even for like the history of the culture, that is like we don't want to do this anymore. Let's change this into a venue, and it's just this huge dome, all the dirt, exactly what you'd expect from every Looney Tunes cartoon. That's what it is, and it's really fun to play.
We just did a show in Orlando at the House of Blues. I'm from Orlando, and that's probably been my most memorable one recently. Just because it was kind of a full circle moment. I grew up there going, and I'm a visual learner, so I learned how to play drums by watching other people play and listening to other people play. So it was almost like a second school to me, just to see so many other drummers play throughout the years. So to be back on that stage kind of playing, my family was there, which was a nice moment. So I would probably say the Orlando
And that was
show
fun because you and I played that same stage like 11 years ago in Tremonti, which was really cool.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a really welcoming crowd too. They went nuts, especially, Wolf will always be sure to leave the band introductions for whoever's from that city or anywhere near that state. He'll leave you for last. And they went crazy for Garrett. It was awesome.
I'm going to add to that though. All those are great experiences. The last show of the last tour we did was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, at a rodeo.
Yeah.
And we had to set up, do sound check, and the stage, after we'd done sound check, everybody had to get off, and it lifted up into the ceiling. The whole thing and the whole front of house. Everything lifted up. And then they had a rodeo. Like cattle and things, and then they were done, and they lowered it back down and had a concert. It was so cool.
You're missing the best part.
That was,
All the baby goats. Yeah, baby goats.
The petting zoo was really great.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Frank and I disappeared in the petting zoo.
Yeah. That was really fun.
Which segues us to
You guys,
the penultimate.
Beautifully done.
Best one yet.
Beautifully done.
The penultimate question. That's fancy for second to
Second to
last.
last. That was beautiful.
Give it up for Doug and Shelby with our sound effects.
Yeah. Favorite thing on tour, least favorite thing on tour.
Favorite thing on tour is just kind of being able to do what we do. Playing shows for people who are there to have a good time is really great. But I think on the flip side, not being with your family. I just got married. I miss my wife, and I miss my mom and her cats, and you miss a steady, decent internet connection. A reliable toilet. You don't really think about those things until they're taken away from you. But in the end, it's all worth it. But yeah, there's some things where it's like, I wish I had that.
There's no substitute for a good show. When you have a great show, it's just the best thing in the world. And then the travel can be amazing, or it can be very, 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 very difficult, And then, I agree, I miss his mother and his wife. And sorry, I miss my family. That is the hardest thing in the world, honestly. Things happen at home, whether it's good or bad, and you're nowhere near. What can you do about it? That's a thing that people don't really think about. But you know, the cool thing is that family can come out sometimes, and that helps.
Yeah, that's why it's fun. These last, this is the third to last show, and then tomorrow we're going to go to Vegas, hometown for him, and then we finish in LA, so it's just going to be fun, sort of family shows for the last 2 weeks.
Big homecoming family things. It's gonna be great. Can't wait.
Yeah, these guys touched it. Obviously playing is my favorite thing in the world to do, and I miss being home with the wife and the pets, and being able to see family and favorite foods, and being able to have your own bed and toilet. But other than that, it's actually a really great night.
2 pillows. Because I've this is I think the first tour I've just been like, you know what? I'm just gonna use the one pillow, and my neck hurts. But no, it's too late. So it's like we got 3 shows left. Might as well just coast on this.
Man, every day is a gift out here. I won the lottery every day. We're on this weird kick where we're playing with all my musical heroes, like one after another, which is a lot of fun. But no, man, it's being away sometimes can be rough, but anything that's ever been worth anything shouldn't be easy. So it's it's worth the struggle, and it's worth just being out and putting in the miles. But no, man, it's playing with these guys. I love it. Every day I win the lottery.
Amen.
Love it.
Can I borrow $20?
Yeah, right.
For me, it's kind of the same answer for both. The lack of consistency. Like, that part's awesome in a lot of ways. You wake up on the bus in a new town, sometimes in a new country, and it's exciting because it's like always a new adventure. How far is the coffee shop? Where are we gonna stumble across along the way? And so that part's cool, but then the lack of consistency, like your bed or your home amenities, your family, things like that. So it's kind of both in the same coin.
Nice job.
Cool. That was exciting.
No worries. Tell us, Pat. Everybody go for Pat.
I love that John started to take the ring on that.
That's John, you thought you were sick.
I did actually. Last question. What's life like on a tour bus?
You ever been on a pirate ship?
It's really funny because it being such a normal thing to us, you don't realize how much people don't know or understand what it's like. Like, we had somebody ask, like, do you have a gym and a chef on the bus? And it's like, no, not even at all. It's just 12 sweaty dudes trying to curb their stink so they can live properly.
We shower every day.
We have a microwave.
Luckily, this has been our cleanest collective group of men yet on any tour.
Hands down. Everybody's
but
good at that.
Frank chimed in.
But yeah, no, it kind of dovetails into what we were talking about. It's just it's kind of like when you're on the road, you miss home, but when you're home, you miss the road. It's wonderful to be able to do what we do, but there are some sacrifices in that in which you can't be with your family and toilets and internet and such. But it's all wonderful at the same time. Every day is a surprise.
It's like
Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but you know what? That's the roll of the dice.
It's like a summer camp that never ends.
Look at Pat's ninja skills. He's already moved behind us with
Damn,
the
that was
camera.
cool. Wow. Give it up for Uncle Pat's Ninja Skills.